My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train 2. That is Eka and Lazarus League. Interesting. Higher of Entropy and 2 copies of Meddler in the base deck. Hell yeah! Okay, so one of the things that I really like about Eka, but I'm also confused about with respect to Eka, is that Eka has a really, really good moon cycling line. That is this one over here, Lunar Steward. On Moon Cycle, apply 1/1 to friendly units, 2/2, 3/3 on the final level. However, the base cards in her deck are not Moon Cycles, they are Witch Weave. Deal 1 damage or restore 1 health. Having 2 copies of Meddler in the base deck and possibly giving one of them Endless makes that a lot more achievable. 2 Sanguine Assistants in here as well to give some lifesteal equipment to some folk. And then a Shade Guard Resolve. If it's New Moon, gain +10, +15. Fire of Entropy again, that's going to be giving us all of our draw. Seraphiternus Chosen of Dominion. We're going to need chump blockers in the final fight to matter, or to manage, rather, the doubling of that corruption. I mean, I want to look at the Lightforge first, because I already have good setup in this deck, as long as I get this Moon Cycle line. Which it turns out we did. Ooh! Attuned Whetstone. On deployment phase, draw an equipment card from your deck and reduce costs 0. I really like that, especially if we can justify going Merchant of Steel, Merchant of Arms early. Oh, then Merchant of Trinkets. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. Yeah, let's do Steel, Arms, and Trinkets then. I'll take the Whetstone. The Vol Conduit isn't bad. Vol Conduit for the first minion you play every single turn. It's pretty decent, but ultimately it likely ends up being about 8 Conduit on a single line, which is decent for the Witch Weaves, but the Erratic Assistants don't interact with that at all. So Eka wants to be on the same line with as many minions as possible to benefit as much as possible from the cycling. However, she's also going to want to be defended by someone with some decent heft. So maybe Shade Guard. Yeah. Say Confuse, so we'll set up on mid, and then 1 on bottom as well. Which weaves to the backliners, Erratic Assistance, so that I can start getting equipment. I kind of want to get the Spear Steward down on top line. And Meddler. Okay, no, it should just be Meddler then if I'm doing that. And then we'll also phase, so that's 2/2 to the midline. I also could have left it in New Moon for the benefit of Shade Guard, maybe. Which we collects there, beautiful. Summon another Meddler, shift again. That also ends the turn on New Moon, so we're going to get some growth on the Shade Guard. And this one's going to be a Spear Steward on the top line, I think. Yeah. Because all we need is a single Witch Weave here, and then we manage the top line entirely. Also, Meddler turns us back into New Moon. At the start of the next turn, we'll go into Full Moon, and then the Meddler will change us back into New Moon, so the Shade Guard's fully managed, just off of 2 Meddlers being alive. As much additional equipment as you'll give me. Don't really need to alter that line. Sure, it's probably worth it. I'll drop both Sanguine Assistants here on the bottom line. I can play their equipment for lifesteal and a little bit extra damage on the next floor. It's probably not necessary, just given the heft of these units already. And yeah, indeed it isn't. Moon Pixie. It's a one-size unit. Love that on a moon cycling floor. Starstruck for dazing, especially this Seraph Eternus, Chosen Dominion's actually also really important. Actually, I think that's even more important. I'll take the daze. Weaponized prosthetic. I must have gilded you very recently. You look strange and unfamiliar to me right now. Remove equipment from a unit, apply plus 30 damage. Admittedly, with all of these erratic assistants in the deck, I think this early, I could easily take that. However, I could also try and run like an incant sub-theme in here, start exploding with that. For more AoE clear. I need to find more ways to support additional reanimate on it. No, give me the prosthetic. Trying to make some choices I don't usually get to make. Ooh. Well, I mean, Endless and Reanimate both immediately turning up after I turn that down, of course. Had to happen, but I will also say, Endless goes on one of these medlars, and I'm pretty happy about that. Just before I do that, let's check this Lazarus League banner. Test Subject Alpha, hello. I mean, look, Meat Hook good. Meat Hook more dazed. I was just arguing that what I need here is dazed. It is more dazed. But the Test Subject Alpha, it is quick sweep. How else do I handle AoE right now? I don't. Do what you gotta do. Endless on the Meddler. Reanimate, additional health. Honestly, at this point, I don't think any of those are necessary. I'm gonna take this opportunity to save my energy here, so I might even be able to go to a Merchant of Arms, get 2 pieces of equipment, lick them both, and stick them together. Oh no. I have to play Meddler on the 2nd floor. But then it is also going to get stat increases. It'll get 2 stat increases. It won't even die. Also, weaponized prosthetic coming way too early. What I really need is a blank line on the bottom line for sacrificing things like the Meddlers and the erratic assistants. Or maybe additional capacity even. Be an argument for that. Although I guess I can play a erratic assistant and then hit that with a weaponized prosthetic if I really wanted to. Remove its graph to give it a 30 additional damage. That's not bad if I'm then also going to put a Meddler on the same line. Actually, I'm now leaning that direction. I'm going to leave one of these Vengeful Shards in hand so I can do that. Yeah. Give some statistics, see? I mean, it is better for me to make sure that the Meddler dies so I can summon and phase again next turn. I kind of want to put my other Meddler on that same floor, but it's not necessary. Alright, we're good. Yeah, another medalist still left in this deck. I'm running out of time to actually really make this scaling matter. Like, this line doesn't have any heft to it. I wonder if I've made an awful mistake. I need this erratic assistant to die this turn, I suspect. Yeah, this bad boy got a lot of health. Okay, we're doing a lot of damage at the moment, which is nice. Weaponized prosthetic gets us across the top. Good lord. How terrifying. Yeah, this Moon Cycle Flawed, even with the early Endless, Meddler does not scale fast enough to just be low stat minions that I'm growing to be large. Realistically, I do actually need to have a minion there with some good stats on it, as it turns out. Base Blessing. Restore 5 health. Healing over max health applies armor instead. I always do like a single copy of that, at least. Bloody Moon, though, for some reach. Ability to dunk a single target. Certainly appeals there. I'm going to take the Phase Blessing. But given that same choice, and the next time I would take the... I would take the Slay for energy. Twisted back to gain Trample, and on Strike, gain Rage would be an incredible piece of equipment to throw on the test subject Alpha. Makes him very powerful very, very quickly. Oh, hell yeah! A Void Armament for 10 additional damage. It costs 3, but it won't cost 3 to me. Actually. Oh, wow. Actually, does that, Oh, God, I don't want to swear. I'm not going to. Is that dang incredible? Void Armament. Extinguish. Purge this unit from your deck. Stoic. Late Mail, Silence, disables, triggers, enchants, and abilities. I could strap these two together. I'd get 10 damage, I'd get 30 health, I'd get 60 armor. All of that would go on the test subject Alpha, who would also have multi-strike and be attacking at quick speed. And then I just put them on the bottom line by themselves. They don't need a defender. They are their own defender. I believe the answer is that yes, that is good and I should do it. I will also say that Fight Club on that bottom line seems like a pretty good hit as well. Simply because I can make it deployable, upgrade it to be in the opening phase, just drop that on the bottom line. And it's 30 additional damage for the test subject Alpha in AoE. So like basically all sweep is managed from this, and then it's just single target damage that we have to manage on the other floors. Although I can't also make Fight Club deployable. Yeah, screw it. I'll take a single copy of Fight Club. What was I just recently saying? That I'm having difficulty, scaling my damage appropriately? What better solution? Clepsydranium. Glane the Clepsydranium. Excuse me. Friendly units gain 1 conduit on Slay. I mean, that's going to give a ridiculous amount of conduit very, very quickly to the test subject Alpha on the bottom line. Nim's Oath. At the start of turn, apply Dazed 1 to the front enemy unit on a random floor. I honestly do really like the idea of having that as well. the dazed one of it all. I got my own Starstruck. I didn't take Meat Hook, though. To be fair, Test Subject Alpha. And then Wallow's Bloodletter. Friendly units gain 12 additional damage at the end of combat. Deal 1 damage to friendly units. There's also a lot of ability in that, in my mind. Because it'll kill my meddlers, which is nice, because I want them to die so I can summon them again. It'll kill all of my assistants, which is also really nice, because I don't really want the assistants to live. Honestly? Also, that Wallow's Bloodletter, that's just 24 additional damage on the bottom line on turn 1. We're going Bloodletting. We're going to be kind of absurdly powerful for this fight right now. Uh-huh. Yep, that'll do. You got 100 health, you got 27 damage, and you do it 2 times. Honestly, I could throw Eka down there, and where else would I put Eka, I guess? I don't know. Don't ask me. Fight club, fight club. Oh, Kleptodranium would have been ridiculous for the phase blessing eventually. Oh, gotcha, Spear Steward. Uh-huh. Although, also, I'm gonna jump to Erratic Assistance in front of you. Throw a Sanguine Assistant down here to do 42 damage and then die. Thank you for lending your hands and arms. I don't really know how best to defend here. I guess single chump block on the bottom. Vampire's Tooth to keep Eka still comfortable. And then just throw away equipment on whoever can wear it. Both of the other assistants on summon would just die. Archeon's going to be moving up next turn to the shield suit on the second line. I can't really prevent that unit dying. I also can't jump for it very effectively right now, so I probably take 5 damage next turn, I'd guess. All good. We've got the assistants to get past that. I have to play Meddler on the bottom line. Oh my god. It got the 1-1 and now it's going to survive. I really need Meddler to be on a dying line, but I want Test Subject Alpha to be on the lowest line as well so that it can sweep the enemies before they do anything. Oh, I guess Meddler could have just been one of my assistants I played on the second line instead. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, that maintains everything perfectly. need change there. Let's remove Ekka's equipment, then Twisted Back Trample, more equipment for you. And I'll keep the Meddler alive on top line as well. It's been serving us dutifully. Damn. I mean, Lunar Cycle stuff will be a lot of damage. Brain Transfer, Sacrifice. Transfer all damage and buff and debuff effects to the front friendly unit. Fine at best. Realistically, I should take the Lunar Cycle Staff. The only problem is I need to then hit a Merchant of Arms as soon as possible to make it deployable, because without it becoming deployable, we pull out the wrong piece of equipment. Or I could just resign myself to that not being a piece of equipment that I care about. I probably need to go Energy here, because we need to play Test Subject Alpha in deployment, ideally also Shade Guard, which does mean I would have the one Ember to also play a Lunar Cycle Staff. In 2 time, and I am going to go to this Merchant of Trinkets, so the second after that, yeah, you know what? Give me another Merchant of Arms. I will take this Lunar Cycle Staff. Damn. Silent Sentinel or Meat Hook? So again, if we're going Energy first, because of the Deployment Ember, and also because we're going to get draw, like, we're going to get all of the draw we need. So it's Deployment Ember now, and then probably Capacity later. Although additional capacity so I can put more units on the same field as Ekka is really nice. It's just I don't think I need to do that until Ekka also has Moon Cycle gain 3/3, which is going to be after the second boss. Just because right now the merged equipment on top of the Test Subject Alpha is just going to be enough. So it does feel like, it does kind of feel like my second line needs a defender. You know, one line's going to want to be Shade Guard, Test Subject Alpha. Another line's then going to want to be the Ekka, Meddler. But the additional days against Dominion. And Spell Slam doesn't matter too much to me, right? Screw it, give me. I await regretting that. Lunar Cycle 2. God. How dare you? Artificial Pyre Stone. Deployment Ember. Additional deployment gained at the start of the deployment phase. Obviously good. How many Merchants of Steel? 1, 2. 2 Merchants of Steel, one after the other. Both with Forgotten Boons. Okay. I'm going to take Artificial Pyre Stone. And then I will also take the Pyre Stone Housing. So 3 additional Deployment Ember and units gain an additional upgrade slot. Bone Dog or Bone Dog's Pendant? Bone Dog is a one-size minion. Oh man, if only you had a banner on you. I could easily just throw you on Ekka's floor constantly. I'm gonna do it. You gotta. From time to time at least, you gotta. Front. Non-boss enemy in each wave gains Rien de Mort. 1. Shade Guard Test Subject. Then this line. No, I need a sacrifice line on the very bottom line, I believe. So that means Shade Guard Test Subject Alpha. That means this is Ekka. That means... God, I really want to put Meat Hook there as well. But I don't think I should. This is where all of my All of mine? No, I only need one Meddler up here and one Meat Hook. And then the other... Oh, no, Bone Dog, Bone Dog. So the space up there is for Bone Dog, Meddler, Meddler... I guess it can be Meat Hook, Bone Dog, and then I can worry about Meddler's Leg. Later. Incredible. We've got the cycling Meddler immediately, the endless Meddler immediately, and we've also got the Lunar Cycle Staff. Let's pop the Cycle Staff on pretty much anyone, just someone has to wear it. Then, Meddler, Cycle. Another 4-4 for that floor. Woof. Oh, there we go. Okay, we managed to get 2 of them down with this. Great. Of course, I lose my entire bottom line, but very comfortable with that. That's ideal, actually. Meddler. Another 4-4 for this floor. Let's get Vamp Tooth on the unit that's likely to be my frontliner ultimately here. Scissor Hands for everyone else. And I'm more than fine letting them haste to the second floor. Oh, that's really annoying. This is like one of my only hands that wouldn't be able to do anything about that collector. Is it? Actually, no. Witchweave is basically... Witchweave and Starstruck are my only reach for it. Never mind. This is the logical outcome of my own actions. Bone Dog. Some lifesteal for the Bone Dog will help keep it damaging. Oh no. I have a weaponized prosthetic in hand, so I should probably do this very slightly differently. And that is, I give you a Scissor Hands, then I remove that to give you 30 additional damage, then I give you Vampire's Tooth. I mean, there's no reason to let the enemy attack me. I'm gonna burn a Calcified Ember rather than save one energy, one health rather. I'm liable to do the same thing again. I think we're okay. Sure, I'm a little less confident because the Shade Guard died. God, it's you. Keep the meat hook ready to daze next turn. Yeah, of course Sap takes your damage ridiculously quickly. Top floor, though? Yeah, perfect. We're all good. Literally unthreatened. Damn. Mooncaller, 1 Ember, 1 size. Moon Cycle triggers an additional time. Incredible. Throw that on Ekka's floor. Moon Cycle. Throw that on Ekka's floor with the Lunar Cycle Staff, which is Moon Cycle. I mean, I have to take it. Unfortunately, it's also against the the Eclipse Chamber here. New moon effects are always active, and silent units gain plus 15 damage after the round. That's just ridiculous scaling for Shade Guard. Means your resolve just says gain plus 25 damage and 15 health. Pufferflesh, that graph of spiky skin is nice. I don't think I need it because of the whole sweep guy that we've got going on. Minds of their own, equipped units attack immediately. That's definitely relevant, though. Perfect. We made it to the Merchant of Arms, which I was talking about previously. Inferno room? To deal with a lot of the corruption, not all of it, though. Make the Lunar Cycle Staff deployable. Wonder if maybe I should save my money here. Unstable Vortex is pretty obvious. The Spear and Shield Stewards don't really have a place in this deck at this point. Screw it, I'll do it. Combustion Suit. On Strike Apply, Unstable 5 to enemy units. It's also just 5/5. Oh no. So the idea, I just realized I don't have enough money for it. It was pretty obvious that I didn't the entire time. The idea was that I would need to merge the equipment with the Lunar Cycle Staff so that it doesn't get drawn by the attuned whetstone. Oops. Second Mooncaller? That top line being just Ekka, Mooncaller, and Bone Dog sounds really good to me. Oh god. Additional Meddler, though. That's also a bunch of additional Moon Cycle, frankly. Drawing this earlier is really important, but drawing this earlier is really... God, I want a dupe of both of them, frankly. I'm going to dupe the Meddler first. I'm going to keep an eye out and probably end up duping the other one afterwards. We've got Merchant of Steel here, then the second Merchant of Steel has an Empyrean well next to it. And I gotta go to both of those because we got the Pine Stone housing. Look at all these artifacts. Pretty much all of them red and orange. Just lacking a little orange in the Wallow's Bloodlet for the full color matches. So. After I have capacity, I'll be able to sacrifice in front of these units on the bottom line, and capacity is definitely the next thing we're going for. That said, without being able to do that at the moment, I got to leave space in front of the meat hook for it. Give some lifesteal to the Shade Guard to keep him comfy. Hold up. Hold on. I have a Weaponized prosthetics. I'll give you scissor hands, then remove that, then give you your tooth. Meat hook, hook thy meat. There we go. All ends well. There's our Bone Dog for the top line and Mooncaller number 1. I will need a final unit up there, but thankfully can come later. Both of these Endless Meddlers die here. Oh, this could be so good. The pure moon cycle we're going to get. Everyone's just going to look up in the sky and see a blur as the moon spins around the Earth at ridiculous speeds. There we go. Summon the final Meddler. And this is the non-endless one, so I played in defensive position, because letting it die is not the goal. See, that's the thing, right? Test Subject Alpha is really good on the sweep. Doesn't have any scaling, though. So, that's about it. That's it. That's where the rest of our flaws come in. Start working against that Titan skin with some of this Witch Weave. And we had 17 on the Lunar Cycle Staff coming into this battle. Let's check now. Lunar Cycle Staff 62. Hell yeah. Lunacy. This is exactly what you want to see in a deck like this. X cost, phase X times, apply 1X conduit. I honestly don't care about that second line. Organ Harvester on Slay, gain reanimate 1. I don't know if I have any units that really benefit from reanimating at the moment. Risky Operation, reduce a unit to 1 health, apply 10 additional damage and lifesteal 2. That's a good way to get some additional damage on the Test Subject Alpha, who otherwise lacks scaling. We spoke about Puff of Flesh earlier. I'm okay with it, but I already have Sweep. Yo! Hello! Hello! Upgrades I care about. Make the Shade Guard 1 size. It's now a defender for the top line, maybe. Dualism, the meat hook. Yeah. Apply days 2 with that ability? Honestly, yes. Smidgy Stone. The Smidge Stone. I mean, that means we don't even need to use capacity to give Shade Guard the ability to also have some chump units in front of it. That's very impactful. Conduit 5. I almost want to put this on Mooncaller because there's no reason not to. She'll benefit from it and she'll be able to do stuff with it later as well. Plus 14 damage. I almost feel the same way about putting that on Mooncaller. I'm going to put it on the Test Subject Alpha, though, because I recognize with 3 upgrade slots, I have space. Quicken plus 10 damage is really interesting. Because I don't think anyone else should really be wielding that. Yeah. Should I get the meat hook double reanimate? It just feels utterly irrelevant to you. Mooncaller, you get plus 20 health. There's no reason to ignore that. I'm gonna leave here, actually. I really don't see this reanimate being important for anyone. Nor the Speedstone. And also, we do have another Merchant of Steel, and then finally a dupe after it as well. Celestial Alcove. None of these are good for damage. Savage Spirit, plus 40. I mean, Risky Operation would make that pretty good. Unfortunately, it's still not. You don't have huge health. Test Subject Alpha. I mean, you get another 30 from the merchant equipment, but still. Savage Heart, Rage 5. On Revenge, permanently gain Rage 1. Honestly, no. I think what I want is... Oh, God. I don't even know now. Because the Revenge will trigger at the end of every turn, courtesy of Wallow's Bloodletter. I'm gonna give the Savage Heart to Meat Hook. No, I'm gonna give it to Test Subject Alpha. It's so... you don't have dualism, but it's literally additional damage scaling for you, and it's permanent. It's just available every turn. You will get permanently 2 more damage. Yeah, okay, yes. Sorry, I didn't look at that for a second. I thought about some other things. I came around. Don't worry, I got there in the end. We're building a new streak, dang it. There goes the Sauvage Shekels. Then... Eco? I want Meat Hook actually on that top line if possible. Yeah, because I've got the sacrificial space on the bottom line. So that makes Eka the second line instead. And then... Mandor Handhook, you're just there to help deal with anyone unexpected. I suppose means I should also defend you. That said, you are going to be dazing for 2 turns consistently. That's your point. There's Moonguard. I mean, dropping Fight Club on the bottom line. Test Subject Alpha is now 66 by 3. That's enough to clear the fall, the Fallen Executioner. I do want this Meddler summoned, and I also do want this Meddler to die. Unfortunately, the bottom floor is too efficient, so that doesn't even... Absolutely suffering from success. I mean, at this point, it is just kind of rude. Please kill my Meddler. You're slowing down my moon cycle by so much. I think we're in one of those funky positions where I leave the Vengeful Shards both in hand and just Lunacy for as much as possible because the permanent growth. Yeah. Hold up. Moon cycled 4 times there, right? So 4 is... How do you get up to 50, Meddler? Oh, you don't. You get up to 46 and then I hit this button. Got it. Okay, yeah, everything's working. It's showing that Eka is getting the buffs for much longer, but that's because they're being interlaced with the buffs to the Lunar Cycle Staff. So she's not actually getting more 2/2s than everyone else. I was concerned that maybe the Moon Cycle upgrade was only triggering on her for some reason, but no, we're fine. Everything's A-okay. I was wrong. I love being wrong. Because I mainly predict that I've done something wrong. So when I'm wrong about being wrong, it turns out that I was right in the end, so it's very handy. Oh, yes. Meddle. Meddle. Keep meddling! I mean, yeah, this is 100% of capacity. I really don't need to be healing my own units at this point. There we go, Witch Weave, a bunch of healing on Eka. Because you are my tank for this second floor. Quick risky operation down there. Additional damage and you immediately just lifesteal the health back, so why should I ever be scared of it? You do it at literally quick speed. Oh. Yeah, I just realized. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, yeah. Yep, uh-huh. So, this unit has a revenge trigger on it, right? So, as soon as I equip it, with the additional multi-strike and silence and armor, immediately, it loses that trigger. I didn't think about that until now. And now that I'm thinking about it, damn. That's not what I'd hoped. I wish it weren't that, but it is. Uh-oh. And I thought I was making the better decision. I thought I was avoiding an obvious different trap. That's how it always goes for me. I feel like I'm avoiding a trap and then I just step face first into a rake. The rake smacks me in the nose. It makes my nose bleed. The nosebleed causes me to slip on the ground. I slip on the ground. I try and get stable footing. My stable footing's directly on top of a banana peel, and then I slip off of the banana peel directly into a vat of acid, and I emerge, and I'm the Joker. Just keeps happening to me. Oh, hell yeah. So, mix a lot. Mix 5 times, randomly selecting each infusion, but there's also Dusk Mantle. New Moon, Titan-Skin 5. Mix a lot. Capacity. All the way up to Moon Cycling for 3/3. Disgusting. Yeah, I'm gonna one-size the meat hook. Makes it much easier to throw it on Eka's floor as well. I kind of want to... Is it dumb? Would it be dumb for me to dupe that hook hand just so that I can apply, like, infinite days to the boss? Because I want to hit Mooncaller. That's my ideal here. But maybe I should, you know, maybe something else. I'm going to throw some additional damage on Mooncaller. Could even give you Conduit 10, which you get the dupe of, and then I just put another copy of you there. I mean, I could give you Reanimate, but then you'd survive. It's not really your plan, I don't imagine. Lunacycle Staff is also just 125 deployable damage. Like, it's worth noting. Like, there's a world where I just put that on the test subject alpha instead. It might even be the best world to be in, that one. God, then who wears this merged equipment? Who doesn't need any of their triggers? I guess most of all the Shade Guard, who doesn't really get to trigger that often. There's a world where I do Bone Dog, but realistically, like what? I get the benefit from it for 2 more fights maximum. Fire of Entropy's fine already. I'm getting decent health out of it. No, I think the thing I'm most excited about is the double dazed meat hook. Hit them with 4 turns of daze every time they come to our floor. Also, given the strength of the deck at this point, I think the correct choice is to start purging additional cards. While those purges are cheap, at least. A penitent stone is spawned on each floor. So this is an interesting one. I'm gonna have to use a different piece of equipment now, because I can't use the Lunacycle Staff on test subject alpha. Well, can I? No, you'll die. You'll hit it once, you'll hit it twice, and then you'll hit the ground. Meat hook, Eka meat hook. Oh, hell yeah, test subject alpha's silenced. Good work, Deafening Herald. Let's throw Fight Club on the bottom line to get full clear. I've still got to play my Moon Caller. I only get to cycle once, but that'll do. God, it's unbearable. Oh, I can use the top line to sacrifice my the meddlers. Yay! I have somewhere to play them. I honestly didn't think it would happen for me. I'll get rid of the rest of these assistants as well. Three endless meddlers? Hell yes. Meddler. 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 Phase. 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 And next turn, I'm gonna play him again. Do the same damn thing. Meddler. Unfortunately, this one is gonna kill the Penitent Breaststone, so now I do need to play one. Oh no! The Deafening Herald! No! Alright, Meat Hook, do I want to daze this Avowed Gladiator? It's literally just about to die. Guess I'll daze you, stop some damage, and then daze the next one. Bone Dog secured. The Bone Dog is safe. We do need one defended meddler. Perfection. again, take 3 here for the lunacy? I think so. Good things going on that bottom line. Managing to do about 1,000 damage. And then... welcome to this floor. 4 turns of days. Do you get to play? I think ultimately is the question here. Actually, I'll take 1 damage for the double Lunar Cycle stuff, especially because it's not double, it's 4 times that we actually get to cycle effectively for the Lunar Cycle stuff here. And then we'll daze you for 4 turns. Do you get to play? That is the question. No. That is the answer. Tidal Turning. I know I want another copy of Lunacy in this deck pretty badly, but Tidal Turning, 3 Ember, consume, restore 10 health to friendly units, healing over max health applies armor instead. That just... the second line... actually, they don't scale additional... so that's just 30 armor for that entire line, which is basically just moon cycling already on them. Nah, give me the Lunacy. Do I even need more access to Dazed? I think if anything, I need another risky operation in this deck. Now, final area. I gotta admit, I could get the Fight Club deployable. I could possibly find something to merge with the Lunar Cycle stuff. Merchant of Magic certainly has a lot of appeal, though, with the Lunacies in the deck. And the Empyrean Well, I'll take it. When it becomes New Moon, apply armor 10 to friendly silent units. That happens constantly. That's going to be a lot of armor for that bottom line. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. Really depends on what is available here in the spell store. Double stacking spell chain. Interesting. I think -2 consume on a Lunacy and then Spell Chain on the same Lunacy just allows me to spike some cycling, which is going to be really important. I honestly don't think the double stack here is necessary for anything. It's the second turn of days, but like, that isn't hard for us to come across at this point. I'm going to reroll. Heal power equal to the spell's cost. I mean, the other Lunacy I always play for maximum, so we'll do that. -1 cost Permafrost on mines of their own, and then Emberstone as well. I'm also then going to give 10 to Phase Blessing. I'm going to remove a card from the deck, and it's probably going to be a... I mean, the Erratic Assistants, honestly, they're pretty bad in the first cycle for me right now. Then... pick that up. I mean, it does feel like the right answer is Lunar Cycle stuff, doesn't it? It's just 194 damage for 1 Ember in the deployment phase. A phase where I have the Ember to spare. I'm gonna do it. So now the question becomes, who should wear the Lunar Cycle stuff? I could give the Shade Guard just some damage and multi-strike, and then, yeah, realistically, that Lunar Cycle stuff going on Test Subject Alpha is really nice here. So the main concern would be Test Subject Alpha getting hit by spikes and dying. Hitting you with the single phase blessing will pretty much get you to survive. First things first, gotta summon a Meddler. Actually, I'll be summoning one on this floor first. There we go. Do I daze the boss here? Yeah, it's still really important because it stops you from giving the initial corruption to everyone. Oh, frustrating. Probably means that Faye survives. One on the bottom line's always going to get the corruption from the misshapen fiends and then die as a result of that. Makes them a lot safer to deal with. Welcome back to Stun Central. I'll be happy to wreck you today. And then the double lunacy on this floor, shifting 3 times, and then 2 times. Beautiful. I guess I'll just throw down the second. Whoa, they do both die. How are they both dying? Who's surviving today? Oh, I guess these deformed duos are surviving to deal damage because they've got enough reanimate. And then face blessing for the bottom line. I said I'd do it, and now I'm a person of my word. Good to see for as much as possible. Care to come back for another 4 turns worth of days? Oh, bolt. I wouldn't have done that if I were you. Got just about 100 more damage I can do with Witch Weaves. And we'll win on the bottom round here. Yeah, I think the Lunar Cycle Staff dupe was probably correct. I guess I'm just a little disappointed that my four cost piece of equipment reduced all the way to 0 cost with a little built-in synergy, taking away its own downside, that kind of thing, is worse than this 1 Ember cycle stuff that's just very big. It's simply large. This fight will be a lot better because we have... Oh, that's fun. Because we have more consistency. I can't daze Entropy. Entropy is immune to daze. I can daze Savagery this turn. Oh dear. I need my endless chump blockers. And I need them bad. I mean, I think I probably also need to spike from Lunacy as early as possible, so... Thankfully, the Sanguine Assistant still dies. And I can definitely afford to take the damage from the Curses of Entropy. Set ourselves up such that that would be the case. No one will end the turn on that top one. Sorry. Oh no, you're dazed, so you won't even trigger your resolve ability, so we're fine. Pop a Radic Assistant down to just... Oh! Gotta do that on the midline, sorry. Ekka's getting really tenderized, I think is the terminology I'm looking for here. This is exclusively because I haven't managed to draw any of my meddlers yet, and I've drawn every other card in my deck. There we go. All 3 meddlers, one after another. 5 from the bottom of the deck. We don't have a silencing unit on the bottom line. That is a joy to hear. Let's get a single erratic assistant here for the chump blocking. Then meddler, meddler, meddler. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Hold up. We're going to spread the meddlers across the floors, actually. Keep the boss dazed forever. Excellent. Oh, I saved that one on the top line. Whatever. I managed to save Ekka. That's all I really desperately wanted to do. And there it is, Mooncaller. We finally got you. I really don't think there's anything else that turn that I could avoid playing. Just to play the Firelight, despite the fact that it's probably the most important card to be playing. Two more turns, and then Dominion will go down-ish. Perfect. It's the end of the next. Also, there's a silence unit down there. Why wouldn't there be a silence unit down there? You're sweeping! Why are you not killing the Chosen Herald? Even stealth units avoid sweep. Interesting. And that'll do it. I mean, dazing the boss ridiculously every time it visited Ekka's line certainly helped. It did not harm us. Admittedly, the bottom line, just having a Lunar Cycle staff and attacking at quick speed for 600 damage to all enemies, that probably had a larger ultimate impact on the run. But I am glad I got to do both. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below, streaming past. Other names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsyPlays. Shout out to thank day, and a special thanks this episode to Matthew. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.